come on, baby. Let's go for a walk.
It's too spooky up there.
I'll turn the lights on. Come on.
No, I don't know.
Come on. Just for some fresh air, just for a minute. Come on.
Okay, for a minute. What's that?
No, it's nothing.
What is that? Doctor? Doctor? She's dead.
Dead? There is no such thing. Death is a fabrication of the mind. Dispose of the body in the usual way. I know you in Chicago. Try to maintain some semblance of dignity.
Excuse me, Dr. Blackwood. You have a visitor.
A visitor? Come now, Eleanor. No one stops by to visit in the middle of a desert.
Yes, Doctor. There's a gentleman here to see you. His name is Taylor, and he seems to be a policeman. I mean, he's wearing a uniform.
Could you pull yourself together long enough to show the sheriff in?
Yes, Doctor.
Welcome to Blackwood Sanitarium. I'm Arthur Blackwood.
Try not to take up too much of your time. Get right to the point. We've had a double murder.
We, Sheriff? No. Maybe you have had a double murder. I've had no such thing. We here at Blackwood are totally removed from that type of violence.
Not anymore, Doctor. 2 people were brutally murdered, and their bodies horribly mutilated.
Really, Sheriff, I don't think that...
Now, these murders occurred last night, and less than half a mile from this castle.
Sanitarium.
Whatever you call it. Now, the point
is this. Blackwood Sanitarium, I didn't say castle, Blackwood Sanitarium is not a lunatic asylum. It's a rest home for emotionally disturbed people. Just because a couple of young people get themselves killed, you immediately assume that one of my patients...
Young people?
What?
I never said anything about the victims being young people.
You sound like Charlie Chan. Now I'm supposed to break down and confess.
Why did you say young people?
Sheriff, I've lived here for 7 years. I've never known of anyone but young people to be out on that desert at night. I understand that the road between here and the main highway has turned into a veritable lover's lane. So naturally, I assume...
Naturally. I'd like to have a few words with your nurse and your patient.
Impossible. I won't have my patients excited in any way. I've told you that they're all harmless. Besides, they're locked in their rooms every night by my nurse, and Eleanor is above suspicion.
If they're so harmless, Doctor, why do you lock them up at night?
For their own protection.
All right, I won't disturb them for now. But I'd like to post a guard outside.
That won't be necessary. We have no fear, and I'm perfectly capable of defending my home.
Nevertheless, I intend to put 2 men outside to guard the area. Let's just say it'll make me feel better.
Of course, Sheriff. Anything to make you feel better.
Thank you. Can I use your phone?
Help yourself. Surprised? It's no accident of nature. This is my work. Taming the savage instincts in animals and humans.
Well, I'm all for that. Just don't get to be too good at it. You might put me out of work.
What a pleasant prospect. It's all right. Sheriff Taylor, may I present my sister, Melody Blackwood?
Are you a real sheriff?
As far as I know. How do you do, Miss Blackwood?
Sheriff was just leaving.
I didn't know you had a sister living here. I'd like to ask her a few questions.
Of course. By all means, ask Melody a few questions. Melody, answer the sheriff's questions like a good girl.
Is this a game?
I'm not sure, but I think so.
It's not a game, Miss Blackwood. A terrible tragedy has happened, and I need your help. I want to know if you've seen or heard anything unusual.
Oh, yes, I did. I did, Arthur. Something very unusual.
You saw or you heard something?
Yes, I saw or I heard something.
I don't understand.
Go ahead, Melody. Tell the nice sheriff what you saw or heard.
Please, Miss Blackwood, it's very important.
I know. Now I remember.
What, Miss Blackwood? What is it?
I had a dolly, sweet as could be. I lost my dolly, now I have none.
Good, Melody, very good. Does that answer your question, Sheriff?
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't realize.
Don't be sorry, Sheriff. I'm not. When Melody was 12 years old, she was as dangerous and vicious as a jungle beast. My parents couldn't afford treatment. They didn't want to lose her, so they simply chained her in a room, like an animal. If anyone got near her, she would claw their faces to ribbons. Claw and bite and scratch. You see this scar, Sheriff? When I was 20 years old, I decided to free my little sister. I made the mistake of removing the chains from her hands before I removed the chains from her mind. That's when I decided to become a psychiatrist.
I'd like to go through the castle someday.
I'll take you through the sanitarium someday. Goodbye, Sheriff.
Goodbye. For now. Miss Blackwood,
Oh, hello. My name is Melody.
happy to meet you.
I'm happy, too.
Goodbye. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
I, really don't know anything.
Well, maybe not, but I think you could help me.
Melody, did you go to the cave last night?
I had to, Arthur. To see my friend.
Melody, I've asked you not to let your friend out without my permission.
But my friend gets so restless at night. I had to, Arthur. I had to.
And you did let your friend out.
Was I a bad girl, Arthur?
Bad girl? No, Melody. You may be the best girl who ever lived. You're a very good girl.
You're a good boy, too, Arthur.
I think Taylor finally flipped his lid. Those killers are 1,000 miles from here by now, and we're guarding this nut house.
So you think the sheriff's crazy? What about that Blackwood creep? I mean, imagine actually wanting to live in a mausoleum.
Yeah, well, the doc can't be too crazy. His wife is coming in tonight, and that goofy chauffeur showed me her picture before he left. She looks like she could keep a lot of guys happy.
Yeah, well, maybe she's loony, too. And what's with that chauffeur? I mean, why can't he talk?
I don't know. He didn't say. I wonder what goes on inside this place. I mean, what really goes on?
I don't know. Maybe the doctor is creating a monster.
Somehow that's not funny.
Is your friend getting restless?
Oh, yes, Arthur. How did you know?
I always know. Later, tonight, you had better let your friend out for a walk.
Surely we're not there. I mean, this is the middle of nowhere. Why have you stopped the car? All right, Ernest, let's go. Dr. Blackwood is waiting.
Doctor, they're here.
Go to your room, Eleanor. I want to be alone with Diane.
Who are you, ma'am?
I'm Dr. Blackwood's wife.
They're okay.
I'm so happy to see you.
I thought you'd never get here. How was your trip?
Oh, it was wonderful.
I can't believe you're here.
I can't either. And this place is unbelievable. Oh, I also want to say, that man you sent to pick me up is pretty unbelievable, too.
Did Ernest upset you?
Well, no, not really. He's just, unusual.
The main thing is you are here.
Oh, Arthur, those men outside, they said they were deputies. Why are they here?
Oh, it's nothing. There was some trouble in the desert last night. Those men are just investigating.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
A couple of kids were killed. Don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with us. We are in no danger.
Does someone think we are? I mean, in danger? Is that why those men are outside?
No. They'll be gone soon. Now, I want you to meet my little sister, Melody. I told you about her, remember?
Your star patient. Oh, I'd love to meet her.
All right, you sit right here, and I'll go get her.
Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Is it about the murders? I heard them talking about them. You startled me. I'm sorry. Don't worry. There'll be more murders. More blood. Yes, of course. I'm Dr. Blackwood's wife. My name is Diane. And you are Dr. Blackwood? I'm Edith. I'm not supposed to be here. I must go back to my room now. But I did hear them talking about murders. Blood. When you marry a psychiatrist.
What happens when you marry a psychiatrist?
Well, when you marry a psychiatrist, you meet the prettiest young ladies.
This is my sister, Melody. Melody, this is Diane.
She's beautiful. You look like my Dolly.
Oh, Melody, we're going to be such good friends.
Oh, I hope so. Dolly?
All right, you two. Melody will take you up to your room. I'll have Ernest bring your luggage up and you can both get ready for dinner. We're going to be one happy family.
We are, aren't we? One happy family.
Victor, I'm a make you stop it. You stop ready.
Put Eva back in her cell. Or would you rather I told Dr. Blackwood about this?
I got a present for you.
Go to the cave. Let your friend out.
Can't you come with me, Arthur?
No, I can't. Your friend doesn't like anyone but you. Your friend might try to hurt me. Now go, quickly.
Diane, what is it?
Oh, Arthur, thank God. Get me out of this house. Take me away from here. It's horrible. I'm so frightened.
Hold it. Just tell me what happened.
Everything. That man in the cage.
Darling, there's no one here.
Arthur, I saw a man in that cage. A bearded man. I saw him.
That's quite possible. Two of my patients have beards. Could have been Mr. Stone or Professor Zucker. They're both quite harmless.
Maybe so. But your man Ernest is not harmless.
Ernest? What do you mean?
Well, he came into the bedroom. He turned out the light, and he was going...
Don't worry about Ernest. He wouldn't really harm you. Maybe he has a crush on you. I'll talk to him. I promise you, Ernest will never bother you again.
Arthur. Those were gunshots.
All right. I'll take a look.
it, Arthur?
It's nothing. Just those ridiculous deputies. Little target practice. It's all over now.
Good. Now maybe we can get some sleep.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I told him.
It's all right, Eleanor. Wait outside. Now, really, Sheriff, I think you should explain.
No, wrong, Blackwood. You are going to explain.
Oh, no!
I've seen a lot of dead bodies, Doctor. Mutilated bodies. Accident victims. I've never seen anything like this. Never.
What could have happened? I mean, who could have done such a thing?
What is it, Arthur? What's wrong?
Now, don't get excited. Nothing is wrong.
On the contrary, Mrs. Blackwood, everything is wrong. Do you recall, nurse, did anyone leave the sanitarium during the night?
No, sir. I locked all the patients in their rooms. Ernest's room's across from mine, and I would have heard him if he'd gone out. I'm a very light sleeper.
And Dr. Blackwood and I were together all night. So you see...
And, Melody, is she locked in at night?
Now, leave us alone.
Sorry, Doctor. I'm leaving. But you're not off the hook yet.
Who are you?
Fine, thanks. Who are you?
Did any of you hear anything unusual or see anyone walking around outside the castle last night?
I did.
You did?
I did what?
Look, I'm Sheriff Taylor, and I'd like a little help. Did you see anyone walking around last night? Maybe through your window.
I saw Dr. Blackstone.
You mean Dr. Blackwood?
I do?
What was Dr. Blackwood doing?
When?
Last night. You remember, last night.
No, I don't think so.
You're wasting your time, Sheriff. Mr. Barrett has a block. He doesn't remember anything he doesn't like, and he doesn't like anything. He's perfectly happy because he lives only in the present. 2 seconds ago was the past as far as Mr. Barrett is concerned. And the past is immediately buried somewhere in the dark recesses of his brain. Isn't that right, Mr. Barrett?
Isn't what right?
You see, Sheriff?
I see, Doctor.
Are you here about the murders?
Yes, I am.
There'll be more murders, more blood.
Why do you say that?
Tell him, Edith. Tell him how you know.
Shh. I'm not supposed to be here.
Happy, Doctor? Have you had your little laugh?
If you care to question my other patients, I'm sure you'll find them equally responsive. There's nothing here for you, Sheriff.
I'll talk to you later, Doctor.
There's nothing here for you. Solak. Come on, Mr. Solak. Mr. Solak. Easy. Come on. I want you to watch this. I've tried to warn you all. Evil must be destroyed. Ernest. Come here. I hear you paid my wife a little visit last night, Ernest. That was very unwise. Now you will have to be punished again. You know I don't like to punish you. It hurts me terribly. Do you enjoy hurting me? No, and yet you do it. Even you, my old friend, are filled with evil thoughts. All right. Go to your room. I'll be along shortly. Justice has been done. And the serpent beguiled the woman, and she did eat of the fruit. And she gave also unto the man, and he did eat. You shouldn't have tempted Mr. Solak. Now it's your turn. Now, Mr. Solak, you will notice the candle burning the rope. Very slowly. Burning as your soul will burn in hell if you do not repent. Be not afraid of them that kill the body. Fear him which hath power to cast into hell. Now, watch the blade. As it comes down, you will be purified. Give up your evil beliefs. Now, there isn't much time, but it's not too late. Hurry, Mr. Solak. Repent. Now! If thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. Eleanor, what's the matter? Answer me right now.
Oh my God, the
What about the cage? What about the cage? Tell me about the cage, Eleanor.
Yes, Doctor. I'm sorry. The cage. Where you keep the cat and the mouse together. You know, I went in to feed them. And the cat had been ripped to shreds, just like it had been through a meat grinder. It was hideous.
And the mouse? What about the mouse?
Oh, the mouse was just sitting there as if nothing had happened. How can that be, Doctor? What could have done such a thing?
I want you to forget the whole thing, Eleanor.
The cat was just ripped apart. Just detectives and that young couple. I'm going to call Sheriff Taylor. Somehow this is connected with those murders. Got to call the sheriff. I'm frightened. There's something in this house.
There's no need to call anybody. Now go to your room.
Let me go. I'm calling Sheriff Taylor.
You're going to your room. I told you to wait in your room.
I'm not one of your patients, Arthur. Was all that necessary?
She was hysterical.
Tell me about the cat and the mouse.
She was hysterical. Now get back in your room.
Yes, Dr. Blackwood.
Please, darling, I'm quite upset. The cat and the mouse were an experiment. I'll tell you all about it when the experiment's completed. Now, go to bed. I have some work to do, and I'll join you when it's finished.
All right, Arthur. And Eleanor?
Tomorrow she'll be a new woman. I'll apologize to her in the morning. Now, run along and let me get to work.
Yes, Arthur. I'll run along.
We're going to let your friend out again tonight.
I wish my friend didn't have to come back. My friend would like to stay out for a long time.
Soon, Melody, soon.
Oh, I hope so, Arthur.
Guess who?
Oh, you scared me. Ready for bed yet?
Yes. I am definitely ready for bed. In fact, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight.
You seem awfully happy. Good news?
Mm-hmm. Very good news. My work is progressing beautifully.
telling you, she's gone, vanished. I went to her room this morning and she wasn't there. Sheriff, I know something's happened to her.
I'm very busy with this murder investigation. Are you sure she didn't just go into town?
She had no way of getting into town. Listen, Sheriff, I don't have much time. There was a scene last night.
Hello, Sheriff. This is Dr. Blackwood. I'm afraid my wife is a little confused.
I'm a little confused, too. Where is your nurse?
Eleanor became quite hysterical last night. All this murder business. I was forced to lock her in her room. About 5 o'clock this morning, I became concerned about her. So I paid her a visit. She told me she wanted to leave my employ. Naturally, I agreed. I even offered to find her another job someplace else. But she insisted on leaving then and there.
May I speak to your wife again?
Of course. Diane?
Yes, Sheriff?
Are you absolutely satisfied with that explanation?
No, of course not. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Sheriff. I'm sure Eleanor will turn up someplace. Goodbye.
All right. Now, I have things to do. I'm taking my patients to the county hospital today.
Couldn't Ernest drive them in?
No, Ernest is... I've given him the day off. I'll take them in this afternoon, and I'll be back sometime tonight. I want you to stay here with Melody. I don't like to leave her alone.
All right, Arthur. Anything you say.
You don't know my friend. Nobody does. My friend lives under the castle.
Under the castle? You mean there's no basement in this castle? Is there? Melody, are you making this up?
No. I never tell lies. Lies are bad.
But how do you get under the castle?
Through the books. I go through the books.
Oh, you mean you read about them?
I never read anything. But I could show you.
All right, Melody, show me.
I said I could. I didn't say I would. Arthur might get mad at me.
Why would Arthur get angry?
Because he told me never to show anybody.
But, Melody, I'm not just anybody. I'm your new sister. Arthur loves me, and he loves you. So we're one happy family, remember?
One happy family, I remember. Arthur said that. All right, I'll show you. Just as soon as Arthur gets back.
Oh, please, Melody, show me now. We can surprise Arthur when he gets home.
I like surprises. All right. But I can't go with you. I'm only allowed to go at night. All right. never tell lies.
Good, Melody. You stay here, right in the office, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
You won't find my friend. Not in the daytime.
Maybe not. But I'll find something. You just stay here.
So far, only Melody has responded to the drug. I'm keeping the more violent patients locked in the dungeon between the laboratory and the cave entrance. I may have to destroy these people in order to save their souls. It's strange, but when I saw Mr. Solak's head severed from his body, I felt a definite sexual thrill. I must be very careful not to become like the thing I hate most.
I'm sorry I'm so late. That idiot sheriff stopped me on the road and asked me a lot of ridiculous questions. I want you to...
Yes, Arthur, darling? You want me to what?
What have you done?
What have you done?
You don't understand anything.
No, I don't. Suppose you tell me. Tell me about that tunnel and the cave and the laboratory, everything. Tell me, Arthur. Tell me about the murders.
All right. I'll tell you everything. But first, call that sheriff and get him off my back. I need a little more time.
No, Arthur. You explain things to me first. Then I'll call the sheriff.
All right. Where to start? I've been working for years on the theory that all men are basically good. Perfect creations of a perfect God. But that all mortals entertain a sense of evil. They believe evil, therefore they experience it. This sense of evil is lurking in their subconscious, ready to come out at any time. I believed that if we could remove this false sense of evil, we would behold a perfect man, good and pure in every way.
Very idealistic for a doctor.
Idealistic only because I was dealing with intangibles, thoughts. But if evil could become tangible, substance, if it could be isolated in a material form, it could be destroyed.
But you know that's impossible.
Impossible? My dear, I've done it.
How? What do you mean?
I have managed to take a sense of evil, isolate it, materialize it, and control it.
Then those people, the cat, Eleanor, those murders.
Those murders were committed by no one, no person, only a sense of evil that wandered into the desert. It's tragic, of course, but the end results
will justify the means?
Surely you see how important this is. Now, please, if you love me, call the sheriff.
All right, Arthur. I'll call the sheriff. I'll do this because I love you.
Good girl. Tell him we've heard from Eleanor. Tell him everything is all right. Tell him...
Sheriff Taylor, please. Mrs. Arthur Blackwood.
You won't regret this, Diane. You're going to be very proud of me.
Hello, Sheriff. I'm calling about those murders. About Eleanor. My husband, Dr. Blackwood, killed them all. He's been taking some sort of drug. Sheriff, he's insane. God, I love you, Arthur.
You fool! You stupid, ignorant little fool! I thought you would understand. Now you leave me no choice.
No, I don't know. No!
out there and tell the sheriff that I have to stay in here.
All right, Arthur. You come out later?
Someday. Here, take these with you. Don't show them to anyone but Dr. Turley. Give them to him and to no one else. And Melody, everything I've ever done, I did for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Arthur. You're my only brother.
Go now, quickly.
All right, Blackwood. I'm gonna blow up the cave. Come on, Blackwood. Come on!
All right, children. I'm going to let you all out. We're going to play a little game. Now, we don't have much time. Charles, don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. Come on, Charles. We don't have much time. You know what we have to do. Just put your arm up here. That's it. This will only take a few minutes. We haven't much time. Now, please don't be frightened. Now, quickly. Girls, quickly now. Don't be frightened. Eva, come with me, Eva. Come on. Come on. This is all a game. You know that it's just a game. None of this is real.
This is your last chance. Come out or get blown to bits.
Very good, very good. And now, it's almost over. It's almost over. We're almost there, all of us. We're going to all be free in a few minutes. Free. It's all your fault. You and your evil.
He was in there, all right. We found enough to make a positive identification. I'm very sorry.
No, you're not. Neither am I. He was like a mad dog. He had to die. I'm glad it's over.
What will you do now?
Go home. I'll be leaving in the morning.
You mind staying here tonight? I could find a place for you in town.
I don't mind. I'm not alone.
I'll find my dolly, and we will be
I still have Melody.
happy together, dolly and me.
I'm taking her to New York with me. I'm going to care for her until she's well. That's the least I can do for Arthur.
Let me know if I can help. Call, and I'll send a car for you in the morning. I'm surprised that the explosion didn't destroy this entire castle. Maybe it should have.
Maybe so. Oh, goodbye, Sheriff. And thank you so much.
Goodbye, ladies.
Melody, I have a call to make. Now, you run upstairs and get all your dollies and clothes together. I'll be up to help you in a few minutes.
Will Arthur really come out of the cave someday? He said he would.
I don't know. Maybe someday. Run along now. Hello, operator. I'd like New York City, please. The number is 876-9056. Person to person to Mrs. Barbara Elliott. Thank you. All right, keep trying, operator, and call me back. Thank you. Melody? Is that you?